Hey guys, so I had an appointment with the optometrist. Haven't seen him in like 2 years, basically because I'm struggling to see things up close. So all these times I've been recording this video, I've been like really rehearsing it, or I have been, struggling to see, or printing it out in huge font. But today I'm recording this a little bit late, and it's going to become my reality soon enough. I have these glasses I consider ugly, but I'm going to be getting newer, better glasses at some point when Ima comes in and helps me pick a better pair. But I'm throwing them on because I can't really see that well, my little notes without it. And I don't want to give you the wrong information. So that's just my rant, because what I'm going to tell you about the market, this is the midweek market update, because what I'm going to tell you about the market almost sounds like a broken record at this point because it's very similar to what happened last week. And I'll tell you when I think I'm going to see a change towards the end of this video, just to keep you paying attention. But just to kind of recap, inventory is still climbing. We had 807 units come to the market, which brought the inventory up another 3%. Out of the new listings, 70% of them were freehold and about 30% of them were condos. How does that compare to last year? Well, compared to last year, we have 55.5% more inventory, which is just under 9,900 units more than we did last year. Guys, that's actually a huge number. Right now we're like, 27,800-ish units. Again, this is like a record-breaking type of number, the highest that we had previous before it went down. I've mentioned it a few times, September 2024, it was 26,080 units. So where we are climbing at in terms of inventory is a very high level that we haven't seen before. The one thing I think we're starting to see a little bit, like even from last week to this week, we've seen a little bit less inventory come on. And then when I do the year-over-year numbers, we're seeing that percentage kind of go down a little bit, but the units are still up there. So I'm not sure if we're going to start to see it ease off on the inventory, or are we seeing a little bit more in sales? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about right now. So year to date, we are still down 25.4% in terms of sales, which equals about 5,500, just under 5,500 less sales than we did last year. It's quite a big number, 25% down in terms of sales. What I want to mention is that Halton region is down 37.7%. So right now, that's our biggest loser in terms of like sales compared to last year. I thought it was worth noting that Toronto Freehold, and I want to say only, but is only down 11.2%. So that's the best performing across the board. Toronto Freehold is the best one that's performing across the board. And Durham, love Durham. It's down about 20%, both in freehold and condo. But it is one of the lowest regions that's actually down. When I look at it week over week, sales have dipped about 7.6%. Freehold has come down 4.9%, and condo dropped by almost 14%. We are seeing a little bit more showing activity happening right now. So our showings are up. We have a listing up right now that we are getting good feedback on right now. It is priced lower. We are anticipating hopefully getting some offers in on it tomorrow. So that strategy sort of kind of is still working. And overall, in terms of price is, that's the weird thing again, still in this market, price is holding on. So if I look at it week over week, we've had a 1.1% increase in terms of price, which equals about just over $8,500 in average selling price. And then if I look at it 1 week average selling price compared to the 52-week high, we're up about 1.7%, which is just around like $22,500 in average selling price. So again, mentioned it before, weird, right? Inventory really, really high, sales down like 25 points compared to last year, but price is like right there. What the heck is going on here, right? So either we've got a lot of holding power over here, but we are going to find out. So I don't need these glasses anymore. Overall, what I think we're still going to have to wait to see is what happens in this election. I've been mentioning, I think that there's three things affecting the market. Weather slowly is getting better, believe it or not. I still feel like this last week we've seen all the seasons again, but weather is slowly starting to get better. My thing about getting punched in the face is like the tariffs. It's starting to wear off and we're starting to kind of move on and say, okay, it is what it is. And then this last piece is going to be the federal election, which is very interesting because I think the number was in advanced polling. It's the highest number we've ever seen. Advanced polling, I think, was 7.2, 7.3 million. Some of the speculators are kind of saying that, hey, we haven't seen this before. And usually when we do see it, it's because people are just antsy to see this change kind of happen. Let's see if that's going to happen. They usually say, hey, it's because of they want to see a change in government. I mean, if we look at the polls that are online right now, that's not what it's kind of saying. I think right now, I think the conservatives are starting to come up a little bit, but the liberals, according to the polls, are leading it still, I think, by a few points. It's hard. It's kind of interesting to see the rally sizes, that they're huge with the Conservative Party, not so much with the Liberal, but the polling is still higher for Liberals. But we've had all this advanced polling. Again, not to make it so political, but I think that this is one of the things that's either going to make or break our market. I think that if after the election, whoever wins, if everything stays calm and everything else like that, I think we'll have a decent enough year. Not thinking in terms of huge price growths, maybe none at all, but just at least the sales volume will start to pick up and maybe our inventory might start to go back to a normal size. I want to see this thing around like 20,000, like even 20,000 I felt like was more before, but I'd like to see it go down, 18,000, 20,000. I think that's a comfortable number to kind of work in, but 27 and a half, 28,000 listings is quite a bit of listings. It makes a big difference in the market. But let's see, guys, what ends up happening. One thing I do want to point out is in the pricing I was giving you guys, I actually had to eliminate Halton from that. It seems like Halton had some like really unusually large sales, and it was throwing off the numbers huge. If you guys want a little bit more details about that, despite Halton being the worst performing region right now in terms of sales compared to last year, they had some really big numbered sales. So if you're curious about what's going on over there, send me a DM. I'll share some information with you. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of the week, and we'll talk to you next week. Cheers.